Alexander Isak has had a pretty interesting career, and now he's being linked with Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal should go ahead with the £63 million price tag for Isak? So obviously Arsenal have had a bit of a struggle for goodness knows how long. Some could argue that Gabriel Jesus is good enough. Yes, he is pretty good, but I don't know, they're kind of missing something, which Kai Havertz, I'm sorry, what a flop, man. And he hasn't been the worst, he's been like a 5.5 out of 10 transfer, but come on, we really should be expecting more out of a 60 million transfer. And now we're looking to pay the same amount of money for Alexander Isak. Obviously Kai Havertz kind of flopped at Chelsea as well. That's not an understatement, that's very true. Bayer Leverkusen, he was good, but he just cannot return to those lengths. Isak has had experience. Of course, he's played for Dortmund very early into his career. Then he went to Real Sociedad. Then Newcastle. Now Arsenal possibly. So that's 3 of the 5 top leagues. He's had a pretty good career. This season in 16 games, he has scored 10 goals and gotten 0 assists. Which... very good at, honestly. I don't know what's happening with Newcastle. They're currently 10th in the Premier League. Mid-table, Chelsea 9th. Jesus Christ. Brighton 8th. And Manchester United 7th. Don't know what's happened with those 4 teams. I mean, this season, the top 10 for the Premier League is very competitive, so I get it. But seriously, Newcastle have had a big drop. In 5 Champions League games as well, Isak scored a goal, which is pretty impressive if you think about the group that they had, which was Dortmund, PSG and AC Milan, which was a group of death, to be honest. I honestly think Isak would be a good transfer. I think if he does go to Arsenal, which I'm not sure how likely that is right now, because Eddie Howe wants to keep him at Newcastle, which I get that, but I mean, how is he being threatened with sack? Probably not as much as maybe you'd think. But, you know, Isak, if he does go to Arsenal, I reckon an 8 out of 10 transfer. In his first, like, maybe a month, he wouldn't be that good, but then after, he'd get settled in and it would be all good. I mean, only question is, what would we do with Gabriel Jesus after? They could try a 4-2-4 or something outrageous like that, but do I see that like in Mikel Arteta's mind? Probably not. Arsenal are not going to win the Prem this season, unfortunately. It's going to be Liverpool or Manchester City, especially as KDB's back, and you know, KDB, Jesus Christ. And you know, I think this would be a decent, pretty good transfer if this goes through. The likelihood of this transfer going through is like a 7 out of 10. It's looking quite likely, but if Eddie Howe has enough power to say no, he's going to stay at Newcastle. Well, this would be a very interesting transfer to see. I can't wait to see what happens, and I'll keep you updated. So until next time, goodbye.